So if you know, I have learned one thing is that if you realize something you want to improve in your life, you need to first understand where and what wrong did we do and accept our mistake. If we do not accept our mistake, if we do not accept what flaw we have in our life or in our business or in our lifestyle, we can never improve. No matter how much you bring a coach in your life or a trainer or anybody to teach you, if you do not accept that you have that flaw, you will never change, no matter the biggest or very experienced coach you have in your life. So this is what happens in our business, is that when we go for a listing presentation, especially for those who have already been in business for a while, they think that they know everything. And that is one of the reasons we don't have so many people in the call today, because a lot of people think that they know and their time is very valuable out there. And it is, they can schedule the time, and I don't blame them, because they might have a different schedule already. But if we are here to learn something and improve ourselves, it will definitely give you something of beneficial, and you can try and improve yourself every day. 1% of your improvement every day within yourself from what you were yesterday, if you improve 1% of your own ability today, that will give you a 365% increase in your ability throughout the year. Imagine how significant it can be. 1% of improvement, forget about anybody else. You're not competing with anybody else. Just compete between yourself, whatever you want to do on your real estate business, or even in your lifestyle. Find out what things you can improve from today till tomorrow. Write it down before you go to sleep tonight, that I did this today. How can I make a slight difference in my tomorrow and make it better than today? And that thought will definitely make your tomorrow better than today. And every day, if you make improvements 1% out of it only, that will give you a significant improvement. How much you want to improve yourself is in your own hands. And that's why we are here today, to make those calls, to role play with each other, to learn from each other, and improve our quality. We are not here to mock on anybody. We are not here to make fun of anybody. We are not here to critique everybody only because we want to let them down. We are all here, including myself. We are all here to learn from each other. I will learn from you, and you will learn from every one of us. By making those calls, I would encourage everybody to practice it here, so that we can listen to each other, and then we can try to correct ourselves. If anybody critiques you, don't feel it personally. It has nothing to do with you, because you are learning here. So that's what I want to say. It's 11:25. I'm sorry I started a little late because of the call. But any questions before we further move on?
I have a question, Mushtaq.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm experiencing hard time with the buyer right now. So I
Okay.
have a buyer that looked up few properties, signed a contract with me, BRA, 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden come back to me and said, can I cancel my contract?
Right.
I said, what's the reason you want to cancel the contract? Did you find somebody else that you're going to work with? He said, no, the only reason is because I don't want to be tied up for so long. It was for 6 months.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we can cancel it. And I know that he is a good client. He is a good buyer. But the thing is, a lot of people are scared these days when you show them that, oh, you're going to be with me for a certain amount of time. And this is one of them. He wants to be free, and when he finds the property, to sign agreement then. So what's your suggestion on that?
Okay, the first thing is that, did you do a proper presentation, buyer presentation to the person?
Yeah.
Did you explain to him the benefits of signing a buyer agency agreement?
Yeah.
What is it? Can you explain to me? What did you tell?
The benefits that working with me is me getting him he's my client, obviously. I will do everything that whatever it takes to find him property and be with him at all the time, to show him, to send him listings, to do everything that involves and be with my client to benefit him the most, 100%. And when we see the property he likes, we should go and see it together. We should work together. We find out information about the properties. And what I know, what I can find out for that property, he is the first one to know. And everything that is within that property, let's say I find out a lot of stuff that they are good or bad, he will be the one first to know from me. And also my commitment to him is to find the right property based on the criteria that he's giving me, and looking every single day to find that one and submit the offer and drive and take him through from the beginning to the end with this offer, explain to him exactly everything what it takes to get the property sold, bought for him, and get the best price for him, best price and best value for him. So
Okay.
he agreed on all of those things, and he explained to him, if you sign a buyer representation agreement, I will be the only person that you are going to contact about properties that you see, and I will be the only source that can get you all the information for you about whatever property you choose to go and see.
Okay, so here's the question. I'm the buyer. Okay,
Right.
and whatever you have told me now, and don't feel bad, okay, Pepe, you know me. I'm
No.
not going to insult you. It's just a learning process for everybody. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm going to respond to you the way you told me what is the benefit for me as a buyer. And to all the things you told me now, I would say that the same thing can be achieved by anybody. What's the difference? Why do I have to sign this contract for you for 4 months or 6 months? I I should be free so that I can get the same thing from, like you said, I am the one who will always be available for you, or I am the only source of information to you. But why should I select one source of information? Why, when I can have 10 source of information?
But my source of information is like, I have people that I belong to in my office. That's my team from the office. I can get information from them. If I see somebody that walks in through the door and say, oh, I have a new listing today, and this is my listing. If it meets your criteria, I am the first one to know that this home maybe is suitable for you, and I can take that listing and take you to see it. Another thing is I can look on my groups that I belong to in my office and around my office to see if anything that it suits your needs, it's out there for me to show it to you, right? I
Yes, Pepe,
can.
but the thing is that I'm sorry to cut you off, but I get that information from 10 different agents already. They are sending me all the listings every single day. I get that from them. And just because I'm in a contract with you, I don't see any value there. Why would I still be in contract with you when I can get listings from 10 different peoples already?
Isn't it the trust
Okay.
between two of them?
No. So let's do the role play on this one now. And you be the buyer because you have faced the buyer. I don't know the buyer, and you have been in communication with the buyer. Now I want you to exactly represent your buyer who has asked. Have you canceled the buyer agreement already or not yet?
Yes.
You did. Okay. So and anyway, the question is over because you have signed it. But we will do a practice now. Exactly. I'm going to be Pepe and you
Yeah.
are the buyer. Okay, so you can, if you ask me that I want to cancel the listing and I'm going to represent Pepe, I'm Pepe, and then let's do the role play. Can we do that? So that
Sure.
way we come to an understanding how things can be different or what we can do. It doesn't matter if this is gone, but it is not yet gone. I would still be in touch with him because you gave him that freedom to fly. Because I believe in one thing, that if you try to hold somebody tight, they are definitely going to come out and they want to fly. But if you let
I'm
them a
still
little bit
in touch
loose,
with them.
yeah.
I still
So,
showing them properties. Even last night I did.
but you don't show them just like that. Now, since that's what happened, the thing is, let's do a role play, and then I'll come to the conclusion. What is that okay
Yeah.
with everybody, or do you? Because we practice. This is something which is creative. Let's do that. So you are asking me for cancellation, and I'm trying to explain to you how things are going to different. So Pepe, I understand that you are concerned that you don't want to be locked in for 6 months of an agreement as a buyer, and I appreciate that you being honest and telling me that's what you want, to be free. Let me ask you one question: that if you go and look for a listing that you like it, and you approach the listing agent, because that's where your first contact will be. In that case, what do you think the listing person, the listing agent, would be working for? Is he going to be working for you, or is he working for the seller?
Well, from my understanding, he's presenting the seller, so he will be working for the seller. But I explained this to him in the beginning, Mushtaq.
Okay, so this is let's do the same practice. Well, I will come there. I want you to say everything that your buyer has told me. I want you to be whatever you want, and let's see how things can change, if it can change. So my question to you, and you agreed that he's going to be working for the seller.
Yeah.
So one more thing I'm going to ask you again at that. Imagine you go to one agent and you have told him that you don't have any agreement with anybody, and you also let him know that I do not want to sign a contract. What is in the mind of that listing agent, or any agent for that matter? Is that normal as a human being to think about it, that if I don't sell this thing to you today, and tomorrow there's another agent, or maybe in the evening you're going to another agent, that agent is probably going to sell you something else. So why don't I do anything or everything I can to sell you something today? And that attitude, will it benefit you or will it harm you?
It probably benefit me, but I don't want to be locked up with somebody on a contract. I just don't like contracts. So if I see something that I do like it, and I think I'm gonna think of putting an offer on it, would you be able to help me there?
Absolutely. When you want to put an offer, I will definitely want to help you that. But putting an offer is one thing. Starting to work with you as a buyer representation, a person to represent you as your buyer. We are not here just to write you an agreement of purchase and sale and get you a property. We are here to meet your complete requirements, because buying a property nowadays, minimum property value is over $1 million. Would you want to put $1 million risk in somebody's hand who is not even responsible for your decisions? When you hire me, I'm responsible for the decisions you are going to make, because I'm going to guide you, educate you from the perspective not of as a realtor, as an agent, but even understanding the pros and cons of everything in the contract that you're going to sign. You are worried about signing a contract between you and me, but imagine you are going to sign, there is no fees that you're going to even pay me in that contract. But when you are signing a contract to buy $1 million home, you are still signing a contract, not even understanding if that person who is bringing that contract to you is trustworthy or not. If that person is not in your contract, he's not obligated to be there to be saving you. If you go to a court to put a case against somebody, you need a proper lawyer, wouldn't you? A lawyer to
Yes.
represent you. How would that lawyer defend you if he's already defending the other party? And that
It's
same
just
thing applies in real estate. Sorry.
it's just that signing a contract for me, it means to be responsible, to be always calling you, always asking from you, and it looks like I can't do that.
So this is a mistake. I'm sorry if I did not explain you this very well, that it is not your obligation, but in fact, when I'm signing a contract, it becomes my obligation that I am now your employee.